Hey guys, it's Joanie from simplelivingmama.com here again, and today I am back with you to tell you about our 2019 and 2020 homeschool curriculum choices for our family. If you've been around here for a little bit of time, then you know that I have 6 children, 3 of which are full-time in school now, and then I have 2 preschoolers and a toddler coming up. But today I'm going to share with you what we're going to be using as a family. So for our family subjects, we do history together, we do science together, and we do all of our morning basket stuff, which is like art, artist study, composer study, poetry memorization, all of that stuff we do together. Now, I forgot to bring that binder in, but I have tons of videos on what we use for morning time, and that is called the Homeschool Garden, which is a Charlotte Mason based morning time plan basically. And each month you have a new theme, you get a book list, you get everything you need to do artist study, composer study, hymn, folk song, all of that. It is absolutely wonderful, and I'd love to get the word out about it so more families know about it and can have access to it, because it has really revolutionized our morning time, because I was spending time trying to pull together resources myself, and then she's one of my blogging friends, created this program, and I started using it, and I was like, oh, I don't have to think about this anymore. So yeah, it's a monthly thing. You can actually, I'll have a link down below if you want to try a free 2-week sample. It's awesome. You can just purchase monthly, the monthly packs if you want them, or you can purchase a membership so you'll have it all throughout the year. It's all digital. So I sit down with my laptop at the table with the kids in the morning, and I just go through it on the laptop. And I have printed it all out before, and you have the option to print everything as well. It's totally up to you. But when I wanted to save on ink or whatever, I just did it off my computer, and it was fine. So let's talk about what we are using for history this year. So am I using The Good and Beautiful, or am I staying with My Father's World? And what I decided to do after a lot of hee-hawing around, which I've been doing for the last 2 years, was to stay with My Father's World for history. And the reason why I decided to stay with My Father's World is because I just love the way that the Bible lessons are integrated with the history. And I kind of like their history cycle. So I know The Good and Beautiful, you're studying I think like 4 different time periods during the course of a school year. And with My Father's World, it's more, and guys, I don't even know all of the methodologies out there, but I think it's more like along the lines of the classical approach, where you study history chronologically. So we are starting at the very beginning with creation, and we're doing My Father's World, creation to the Greeks. So I had used My Father's World kindergarten on up to creation to the Greeks. Last year we did My Father's World, Exploring Countries and Cultures, which was more of a geography study, and we didn't do history at all. I thought that was a wonderful way to just learn about different countries and different cultures, and it was amazing. And then of course the year before that we ended up doing a 2-year-long study of American history with My Father's World. Adventures in U.S. History is the name of that one. And the reason we did a 2-year study with that instead of just a 1-year study was because I had a baby and we moved and a lot of stuff happened. So I stretched that program out for 2 years. And then of course I did My Father's World kindergarten and 1st grade with my oldest son, who is now going to be in 5th grade doing creation to the Greeks. So I'm going to have a 5th grader doing this program, a 3rd grader doing this program, and then my next son is a 1st grader, and he's, he won't be doing a lot with the program, but he sits and he listens. And I may pull out a little bit of, I still have the Bible reader and stuff from 1st grade, so I may pull out some of that, because I know that we're going to be studying Old Testament and all of that, and a lot of that was in My Father's World 1st grade. So that's what we're doing for history and Bible. And so basically we're studying ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, the Old Testament. I think it's going to be really fun. We'll see how it goes. If I enjoy this, we will continue using My Father's World for history and Bible. If I don't, then maybe we'll try something else like The Good and the Beautiful. But we'll see. I do like the format. I like the notebook that you complete with this, with My Father's World and all of that. Now, I bought the basic package, which did include science in the beginning, and I'm not following their suggestions for science. I'm not following their suggestions for art and music. Obviously, I'm doing the homeschool garden for that, and I didn't buy the deluxe package. The deluxe package includes all of that stuff. You know, the art and all of that. So I didn't even get all that. I did get the science book that came with the basic package. And what I think I'm gonna do is, there's one thing that we're supposed to be studying, you know, according to the lesson plans in this teacher's manual, the 5 senses. I think I'm going to do those lessons with the kids from science in the beginning, but I'm not gonna do all of science in the beginning with the kids. And you'll see why here in a little bit. But I'm going to show you guys the books that I've got to go with history that came with My Father's World. So to start off, we have the DK Illustrated Bible. This, the family Bible. This is the heavy book, but it's so pretty. I really like it, and I think we'll get a lot of use out of it, and it'll be a fun thing to study and learn. And guess what? The kids don't know it, but I'm excited to learn all this stuff too. I even have a minor in history, and I feel like I don't know enough about all of this. So I'm learning right along with the kids. All right, and here's another book. This is Celebrating Biblical Feast. I really know nothing about Biblical Feast, so this will definitely be a learning experience for all of us. And of course, the teacher's manual has all of the instructions for how to use this book with the curriculum. We have Ancient World, Usborne. So that'll be a fun book. And we love Usborne books for studying all kinds of different topics. So we've got that. Then we have Aesop's Fables, which I already had this book. So this isn't going to be new to us, but now we have 2 copies, so 2 kids can look at it at once. We will be studying pyramids, so we have learn about pyramids. My oldest son is really excited about learning about ancient Egypt as well as ancient Greece. We have this book, Ancient Egypt, The Hands-On Approach to History. And of course, the teacher's manual tells you how to use all of these books to learn about these things. The Trojan Horse, How the Greeks Won the War. Here's a textbook. Now, I've read lots of varying reviews on Streams of Civilization. I've seen parents that loved it. I've seen parents that hate it. It is very textbooky. So that is one negative about it, I guess. But I think, you know, I'm not just going to sit down and read it to them, because I think that's not going to get the point across. I think I'll read the information for myself and then try to summarize it for them in a more engaging way. We'll see how that goes. I don't know for sure. Then we have the student sheets. This is what we use to create our history notebooks. It also includes timeline pieces, I believe. So we have those. And then we're talking about dinosaurs. So this is Dinosaurs of Eden. Did Adam and Noah live with dinosaurs? This is the Kin Handbook. So that'll be interesting. And let me just tell you guys something. I didn't know anything about creation science until I started homeschooling. I had no idea that there was a debate going on about old Earth, new Earth stuff. So I'm still trying to wrap my brain around all of that, because I grew up thinking one way, and then I get into the homeschooling world and there's this whole other way of thinking that I didn't even know existed. So yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around all of that. And then we are going to be doing Greek vocabulary this year as a family. So My Father's World tells you how to use English from the roots up to study Greek vocabulary. So that'll be something that's new to me as well. And I think it'll be really interesting. So before I jump into science, I'm going to talk a little bit about nature study. I had a whole series on my blog that I just did all about nature study and how we do it in my family. And then I think I have a couple of videos about it as well. But we are using Nature Anatomy next year for nature study, as well as I thought I wasn't going to get these, but when I went to the convention, I just had to have them after I looked at them. I think they'll be such cute keepsakes. So we'll try to do this like once a week or so. So the nature notebook from The Good and Beautiful. Okay, now moving on to science and my plan for science. Like I said, I am not using science in the beginning, at least not as written, because I absolutely adore The Good and the Beautiful science units. I started using them last year. Started with a safety unit, and then we did arthropods and marine biology, and then also we're working through the sexual maturation. I can't even say it. We're working through the puberty book. Okay, so let me tell you about what we are using from. Oh, I didn't grab my heat. We're using the Introduction to Energy and then Energy, Heat, Light, and Sound, and I didn't grab those for some reason. But we're using those, and then we're doing Water in Our World. And we are doing Meteorology. I've already gotten this one taken out and put in my binder. I have figured out that I prefer to put my Good and Beautiful science units in binders rather than binding them. I tried it both ways, and I just prefer the binder way much better, because I can just take a page out and copy it with my printer instead of having to get on the computer, pull everything up, and print. So, you know, I can just take it out of the sleeve, copy it, have it, and then put it back in there, and I'll have to worry about messing with the computer. So I have that, and then I have Botany, which this will be our spring study. So I have 4 Good and Beautiful science units planned, and that is combining Intro to Energy and then Energy, Heat, Light, and Sound, because Intro to Energy is a pretty tiny unit. So altogether 4 science units from the Good and Beautiful. My Father's World for history, we're doing ancient history, and then Homeschool Garden for you know, all of our morning time stuff. Now I will do a separate video showing you guys what we're doing for individual subjects for my 5th grader, my 3rd grader, my 1st grader, and then my preschoolers. If you didn't know, I do create a ton of preschool resources on my blog, and we will be using a lot of those, as well as some of the Good and Beautiful also. So look forward to those videos. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to get those out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you. Happy homeschooling. Bye.